You're listening to Parallel Fiction, a podcast that celebrates storytellers across all mediums. Each episode, we weave together two stories within a common theme and analyze their meaning on everyday life. This week's theme is luck. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Heather.
And welcome to the show.
She's so okay. I this phenomena where you put a microphone in front of my face and I just want to sing.
Yeah, but we can't afford that.
I know. We can't afford it, and I'm not a singer.
Not right now, at least.
Yeah.
You could sing pretty good. You're better than you give yourself credit for.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
My dancers make fun of me because I like to sing during dance. They're like, it's a good thing you're a dancer, not a singer.
And that's when you break their arm.
The disrespect.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So this week is luck. So in honor of, I guess, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
It's like a thing.
Yeah. I mean, the luck of the Irish. I feel like that's.
Yeah, exactly.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, and every once in a while you have to kind of appreciate lucky stuff that happens. I
Absolutely.
guess in today's day and age, it really doesn't seem that often that luck strikes, but it does.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm interested to talk about these stories. It's gonna be an interesting episode, I think.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a long episode.
Yeah, sorry in advance, friends.
Because I'm gonna be covering the movie Logan Lucky.
It was very funny.
Yeah, it was not what I thought it was going to be at all.
And my book was not what I thought it was going to be. I don't know what I was thinking it was going to be, but I did the Joy Luck Club.
Nice.
Which is a classic book that...
Yeah, I never read it.
I didn't know.
This would be learning for me.
Yes. I guess a lot of schools cover this. It's popular English class novel.
Okay.
In high school. So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I think one of the short stories actually in it was on a standardized test I took though.
Oh,
once.
Really?
Yeah.
You remember that?
I don't know.
Oh man.
It just rang some bells.
Ringing bells over here. So we want to thank you guys for coming back, by the way, before we get going. If you found us on whatever you're listening to, I don't know why that was so awkward. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and Simplecast.
And if you're looking for us on social media, you can find us Parallel Fiction on Instagram and Twitter, Parallel Fiction Podcast on Facebook, and you could always send us an old-fashioned email at parallelfictionpod@gmail.com.
You only get the spam. It sucks. But anyway, if this is your first time listening to us, we like to do rocks, paper, scissors game to see who goes first or second with our story summaries. So you want to do the honors?
I'm feeling lucky.
All right, let's go. Oh, I see what you did there.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, I guess not. All right, I guess I'll start it off this week and talk about my movie. So let's take a quick break, and I'm going to come right back with my summary of Logan Lucky.
Okay, we're back. Let's get into some analysis.
Yeah, and hello to everybody watching. Slap the microphone. This is our first analysis portion that we're going to videotape, so I don't know how...
I'm totally going to forget the camera's there and pick my nose or something.
Well, this is, I guess, hopefully this goes up in a timely fashion. I don't know much about video editing, but I think I'm going to be the one on the hook for getting this.
You're on the hook for a lot of things.
Yeah. So if you're just listening audio wise, at one point, this section is going to be on YouTube. So keep an eye out for that. I'm sure we'll mention it on our Twitter and Instagram. Absolutely, 100%. So
yeah, absolutely.
We'll let you know when it's up. If it
keep your eyes peeled.
Exactly. So let's talk about luck.
Right. So I guess divine luck, in my story, each character kind of had these unique circumstances.
Yeah, I feel you experience divine luck every day that you walk out of your house, and
right?
An airplane part doesn't fall on your head, like Final Destination style.
Oh, yikes.
I don't like that. When you think about it,
if you think about it, what is luck?
Don't hurt. Yeah, right. What is, it's got to be this divine goodness that just happens out of nowhere, winning the lottery or.
Right. But I feel even in what some may consider unlucky circumstances.
Yeah.
there's almost that like, oh, well, you're lucky it wasn't worse kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if
Mm,
a tragedy happens, there's always that like, well, it could have been worse. Like you're
yeah.
lucky. Like there's always that kind of vibe too. So like, but then are you lucky? Because then
Yeah, I
something
guess so.
unlucky happened. I don't know.
Yeah, because I guess in my story, Jimmy, who's like a football star, hurts his knee, but like he could have hurt his neck, you know? Like, is that
True.
what you're saying?
True. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Because like as far as divine luck in a good way in my story, like when they're doing the tube bomb, remember the first time, I don't know if I mentioned this in the analysis or the summary, like the first time they send it, like the tube doesn't work and it shoots back
Hmm.
out and Clyde has to like catch it with
He's
his one
like,
arm. Yeah.
ugh.
And like
I'm so glad there's video for this. I'm like,
that's
ugh.
pretty lucky.
You're right. It didn't
So
explode that
that's like
first time.
divine luck, especially after he already lost his hand in Iraq. And in his story from the beginning about like the curse and stuff, he says that like he was literally getting in the car to go home. Like it was his last day and he was like untouched the
Wow.
whole time he was there. So that's unlucky.
Man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like, and then in my story, there were so many tragedies
Yeah.
with like babies dying and
Yeah.
like
That's
marriages falling apart. And
soup made out of humans.
it's not good. So in that case, like, they would say they're unlucky.
Yeah. But like, how do you break an unlucky streak? Because especially in my movie, there's like an element of a curse, you know, with the Logan family, and
Hmm.
everybody thinks that they're bad luck or something bad's gonna happen. And Joe Bang doesn't even want to work with them at first because
Right.
he heard
Because,
stories about how they're
yeah,
unlucky.
I don't know. It's like, how do you break that unlucky streak? I mean, I guess luck is kind of like a state of mind in some
Yeah.
sense.
Well, I think a lot of planning can help you get through that.
Right.
And in addition to like the state of mind of like feeling down on yourself when you're unlucky.
I feel like if you're unlucky, you have to like formulate some sort of gratitude in a way,
Yeah.
which is what happens with the Joylet
It
Club.
like makes you humble
Right.
a little bit.
I mean,
Or it should.
the original Joylet Club, the one in
Yeah.
China that uh what's her name? Jing Mei's Su Yun. That's what it
Yeah.
was. There's so many names in the story.
Yeah.
Su Yun, when she started the original Joylet Club in China, it's World War II,
Yeah. Like
basically. And the
not the
Japanese
best
are
time.
invading. Like
Yeah.
China's about to be taking over like by communists.
Yeah.
It's just there's no money, there's no food.
Yeah.
Um, and she's just like looking for the little bit of joy in life and creates like the Joy Luck Club to
Yeah.
bring some sort of joy and luck to
Well, that
them.
goes back a little bit to what I was saying about you got to make an opportunity out of nothing. You know, like people who come up with nothing are usually people who end up being like CEOs, like The Rock,
Hmm.
had nothing growing up, had $7, and now he's The Rock.
Right.
you
Maybe
know,
it's a little bit of creating your own luck.
exactly. And I think hard work is like a handshake with that luck. Like, I think
Right.
you could compensate for one without the other.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
No, I get what you're saying. And I mean, I think hard work is really important in like
Mm.
maintaining luck. I don't know,
Oh,
or like
yeah.
creating your own luck. And I think that starts to make it like contagious, you
Oh,
know?
absolutely. Because like everybody wants to be around somebody's lucky. Like look at a
Right.
roulette table at any casino. Like
It's
you want it to
true.
like rub off on you.
You're right. And I think a lot of times people are attracted to hard work too. Like
Yeah.
you don't want to be around somebody that's just like lazy and
Mm,
like not productive and like has nothing going for them. And
yeah.
I think that person would be considered unlucky in some
Yeah.
sense. And you're like, I don't want to hang around that. You want to be
Yeah.
like hanging with the lucky
Yeah.
people, the
Where it's happening,
contagious.
like where
Yeah.
stuff's going
Give
forward.
me some of the luck.
I think in my movie, Jimmy's luck definitely spreads to the Bang family. you
Hmm.
know?
The Bang Brothers.
Yeah, exactly. Because Fish Bang and Sam Bang were just like kind of idiots, Like I feel like there's a very good chance they would have not been able to do it on their own, so to speak, without Jimmy's planning and whatever.
Yeah, Jimmy was probably the brains of the operation, I feel
Yeah.
like.
I guess it kind of makes sense if he was like a high school quarterback or that kind of mentality of like play
Yeah.
making,
I guess you have some sort of strategy behind it.
Yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
Huh. What do you feel about the feeling of lucky? Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like when you're on a roll and you're hot.
Yeah, I don't know that feeling. I don't know. You know what? That's not true. There was like a time in college
Yeah.
where I think actually my best friend and I, Sarah, were just like had a very lucky day. Like we were gonna go see a ballet show for class.
Yeah.
And we ended up stumbling upon some free tickets, I
Oh
think.
wow.
And then we ended up getting something else for free. We were like, this is like the luckiest day I've ever had.
Yeah.
And it was just probably just coincidences, like,
Yeah, just one after the other after the other. Because that's how it always works. Like when you think you're doing good, like everything feels positive back to you.
Right.
Like, I don't know, it just puts you in a mood where
Maybe you just have to go to the casino with like a positive mindset, like a winner's mindset. Is that how it works?
I
I
think
don't
so.
know.
I've never won any casino game ever.
It's been like I've got $5.
Like
maybe.
I'll go and I'll play blackjack for $50 and I'll lose like
$50.
in a heartbeat.
I know.
Like,
I know.
It doesn't make sense.
I'm not a gambler. It
No.
doesn't work for me.
Mm.
It's not contagious.
I think I've only ever won a scratch off like once.
Yeah. My scratch offs have been like $10 tops, I
don't
think.
know. But we did go for a walk before, and we're gonna throw it up on probably our Instagram. We found, of all things, a rock with a 4-leaf clover on it. It said
Just
like
sitting in
lucky.
the middle of the woods on a log.
It was like perfectly placed, like with a halo around it.
Yeah,
And
it
we
was
were like,
so weird.
this is some kind of sign. It totally changed our day around. It
It
was like,
did. Well, we were like talking too about like the podcast and like future
Yeah.
plan. Like we were talking about like future stuff.
yeah,
And it was just really weird. We looked down and we're like, what?
like, will the universe give us a sign?
maybe
And it was
maybe
just
this is
that.
our sign that our luck's about to change.
I don't know. People listening are gonna have to tell us.
But yeah, I think in terms of my characters feeling lucky, like I
Yeah.
think at the end they probably feel a little bit
Oh,
better
yeah.
because they've like changed their circumstances in some way. You
Yeah.
know, like they analyze, like there was always a struggle. I feel like the overarching theme
Mm.
of the Joy Luck Club is just the relationships between immigrant mothers and daughters
Yeah.
and like their struggles in life.
Mm.
And I think by the end they've come to term with the conflicts in their life and the like struggles.
Yeah.
Whether it's like standing up for themselves or accepting themselves or like accepting their mother or accepting a partner.
Mm.
And I think then they start to feel lucky that like
Exactly. Like
they
lucky for what you have.
right. They feel
Yeah.
lucky that they have their mothers or their daughters and like that's their parent,
Yeah.
their child.
And for my story, obviously, it's more about like curse breaking. Like you have a bunch of people who are super down on their luck. I mean, you start out with Joe in prison, and like just his brothers are just, idiots, like working at the fair, I guess. And Clyde, doesn't have an arm, which, doesn't ruin your whole life, but it's probably not fun. And, just Jimmy getting laid off. His daughter's about
Yeah,
to move
that's
away.
bad
He doesn't have
luck.
any money. So it's just good. Like I said, like little bits of planning and just a positive mindset of like this was gonna work, but not in like a delusional way. Really go a long way. You make your own
Yeah.
luck. Yeah. So do you want to take a quick break and we'll talk about our recommendations, reviews, and masterpiece scene?
Sounds good.
All right, cool. Thank you guys for listening. And we're gonna go back to podcast only. So if you guys like what you saw or like our format or anything like that, you could find us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and Simplecast. We're Parallel Fiction. And if you want to catch us on social media, you want to tell them where to go?
Yeah, sorry, I was making faces at the camera. You can find us at Parallel Fiction on Instagram and Twitter.
Yep.
Parallel Fiction Podcast on Facebook, and our old-fashioned email, parallelfictionpod@gmail.com.
Thanks, Sam. Hopefully we see you soon. Cheers.